Welcome to another video from Between the Sheets, excellent since 2000, with me, Duncan Williamson. And in this video, which I've called Testing the Truth, let's play through the PowerPoint slides and see what's happening. Here's a story. I came across a marketing campaign by a company that I hadn't heard of before, and they led with this. Fortune 500 companies that use our software grew revenue 50% faster. And by providing continuous innovation, we help all organizations from small to mid-sized businesses to Fortune 500 companies. The company then provided a list of their clients, and from there, I tested the company's assertion that their clients grew revenue 54% faster. So my hypothesis is that the rates of growth of revenues the clients listed by the company are the same as the rates of growth of revenues of a random sample of companies from the latest list of companies in the USA Fortune 500. I used the markets data section of the Financial Times newspaper to download the income statements for a 5-year period for each of the companies. For 10 of the companies, the FT provided data for the years 2019 to 2023. And for 5 of the companies, the FT provided data for the years 2020 to 2024. Data collection 2 relates to the companies that I sampled from the USA Fortune 500 listings for 2024 to select a random sample of 15 companies. For 12 of the companies, the FT provided data for the years 2019 to 2023, and for 3 of the companies, the FT provided data for the years 2020 to 2024. I listed all of the companies in the USA Fortune 500 and used Excel to randomize the list so that I could choose 15 companies from that list. Some of the companies provided no data in spite of being on the Fortune 500 list, so I substituted other randomly chosen companies from the list to complete my list of 15. Cleaning the data, the FT provided a standard set of data for the income statements, meaning that all examples for all companies were standardized. They all looked exactly the same. Same layout, same number of columns, same terminology, same number of rows. However, it is usual for the FT to use a double hyphen in cells for which they have no data. So I found and replaced all of them with a 0. Otherwise, all the data appeared clean, and I worked on that basis. Analyzing the data, slide 1. I put the income statement for each company on its own worksheet and color-coded each worksheet tab according to whether the company is an XXX client or from the USA Fortune 500. For the client companies, I created a table of data showing the average total revenues for years 1 to 2, years 2 to 3, years 3 to 4, and years 4 to 5. And I show them here as year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4, respectively. And I created a very similar table for the USA Fortune 500 companies, as you can see in the screenshot at the top. Analyzing the data too, I actually analyzed all line items in the same way from the income statement as the following extract that you can see again in the screenshot at the top of the slide illustrates. So total revenue, analyzed, cost of revenue total, analyzed, and so on. There is more to the income statement than operating income. It goes all the way down to net income and beyond. Testing the hypothesis. I use the mean values that I just illustrated to carry out the t-test to sample, assuming equal variances from the data analysis toolpack in Excel. And the results are clear, as we can see on the final line of the results, which is that we fail to reject the null hypothesis telling us that the samples are not different. That's XXX in the middle column and Fortune 500 in the right-hand column, and the conclusion at the bottom, as you can see. I use mean values that I just illustrated to carry out the t-test, to sample assuming equal variances from the data analysis toolpack, and I ran the test again for the operating income this time, and the results are also clear that we fail to reject the null hypothesis telling us that the samples are again not different. I ran the test again for net income this time, and the results are also clear that we fail to reject the null hypothesis telling us that the samples are not different. The conclusions then, since we failed to reject the null hypothesis in all three of the tests that we carried out, we can draw the conclusion that the assertion, the claim, of the company does not hold water. Their clients do not appear to be growing their revenues 54% faster than companies on the Fortune 500 list, from my sample data anyway. There is a caveat that the company hasn't disclosed how it carried out its own analysis, so they may refute my findings on the basis that I'm not comparing like with like. And it's partly for that reason that I will not discuss the identity of the company that I've analysed. Well, thank you for watching. Between the Sheets, Excellence since 2000, with me, Duncan Williamson.